I think it was a great season. Unfortunately, I was away for a lot of it because of work, but I'm always really impressed by what this team has become over the past, I'd say, about year or two. I came here in 2015, and since then we've been homeless twice and been on some pretty down days. And I've seen this team be built back up from almost nothing in the past, I'd say, about 2 years. So to see us go from just a bunch of guys kicking a ball around to league champions, it blows me away every day. I think my goal is always about building the sport. I want to see it a larger sport in the community. I think it does great things for people. In fact, I met a gentleman from Hanover. I think it was probably about a month ago. We were doing a rugby symposium up at Frankfurt.
In January, Rugby
right.
Forum. Yep.
Exactly, and we talked about bringing rugby to the schools that are primarily teaching the refugee children. And he was explaining to me that just bringing the children together in a sports setting, they were communicating better with each other, they were doing better in school, they came from a background that may be a little less promising. And then just having them play a sport together and become a little more cohesive, especially some cultures don't have a lot of communication between the boys and the girls, and that really mitigated that. So to hear the growth that he saw, I think was really impressive. So I'd like to see a lot more involvement.
So does that mean that you're trying to push forward more to the youth work in the community? I
think it's incredibly important for the sport. I think especially when you look at some communities that are more like soccer-based or baseball-based, whatever the sport may be, it's because that's what they were raised with. So I think that the only way that we really push rugby and create a larger culture is to address it at a younger age, like school age. I think I'd probably be in line with what a lot of people are saying as far as the social media, especially in these times. Unfortunately, it's a little tough to get out there and advertise, but it's a great tool. And then we try to get involved a lot in the community, like we attend the local festivals here and advertise and try to get involved. And I think that's a big part of rugby. It's not just what you do on the field, but the quality things that you do for the community. I know my wife's been working on it. She's been primarily in the leadership role lately since I've been kind of away for work for a few months. But I definitely think that bringing together networking on a media site like that is going to be really advantageous, especially when we're spread out across Germany and Europe, and players may not be able to make it to every event. It's really difficult to disseminate information and organize things. It's not an individual's primary occupation.